Adobe just pushed out a sneaky little update for Lightroom.
I am very, very sneaky, sir.
And I just finished reading the release notes on this, and it's actually more substantial than I thought. So let's take a look. First on the list is the Assisted Culling feature, which is now officially out of beta and rolled out in a official manner, I guess. If you shoot weddings or events or anything like that where you are taking tons and tons of photos and you have lots of people in those photos, you will definitely appreciate this feature. Now, I myself have not used other programs that do this for you. I know there's many out there like Narrative, Aftershoot, and there's another one that I can't think of right now. But I have only used this one that's built into Lightroom, and honestly, so far so good. It can, pick out everyone's faces, individual faces from your group shots, and it'll let you know if anyone's eyes are closed or if it's not sharp. And it's just super helpful for eliminating any photos that aren't good. It's not going to fix any bad photos, but it'll basically tell you if there's bad photos in the bunch and just save you time, and time is money when it comes to this sort of thing. So as someone who shoots a lot of events, and I have a couple weddings planned for this year, this is going to be, definitely something that I will utilize. And, don't rely on it too heavily, but it's a nice feature and nice addition to have. Next on the list is the addition of Topaz Sharpen AI, which I think is a very welcome addition. If you have been using Lightroom recently, you may have noticed that they also incorporated the Topaz Upscale AI, which I've actually already used, and I didn't even see much about that. It was just there one day, and I took advantage of using it because it's a great thing to have. And now you have this extra feature that's also baked in, and I don't know what the deal is here, like if we're going to keep seeing utilities or software from Topaz that get incorporated into Lightroom, because I'm sure there's people who pay for both. Not sure, but I'm not going to complain because it's just a welcome addition, something I can utilize. If you've ever had a photo that is just like slightly soft and not tack sharp, this is going to kind of come to the rescue and help make that photo shareable or whatever. So definitely a welcome addition and something that I'm going to use. Yeah. Third on the list is the improved select subject. I think this is like version 5 of this now. Obviously, I haven't had many issues with the select subject. I think it is, it works well. But if you have like flyaway hairs and more intricate patterns, stuff like that, it does struggle. So it's now been improved even more to handle that stuff with ease. And I think we're just going to keep seeing these types of improvements, and they're always welcome because these are the things that just save you those, couple extra minutes of trying to perfect a mask. So definitely a welcome addition as well. Feature number 4 is for the Mac users out there. So if you have a silicone device, so any of the M series, M1, M2, M3, M4, etc., the AI denoise is now much faster, apparently. So they're claiming, I think, like 3 times faster. And I believe they also claim that you can denoise a 45 megapixel photo in like under 10 seconds, which if you use this when it first arrived, you could like go grab a coffee, come back, and it would still be denoising a photo. So this is a very welcome addition. And if you're seeing the trend here, all of this stuff is shaving off time for us as photographers and people who, rely on this to make money, and time is money. So anywhere you can save a couple seconds is going to be a welcome addition for sure. So nice to see that. Okay, this other one, not too sure how I feel or what to really say about it. But they've added the feature where you can turn a still photo into a video. Obviously, this is using AI, which I have incredibly mixed feelings about. And it's powered by Firefly and Google VO. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, in practice, I don't know. I guess it sounds cool. I don't know if I will ever use it. But it's there, so, whatever. I'll try it out, I guess, but definitely not something I'm super excited or fixated on. Last thing I'll mention, and this is for all you histogram users and lovers out there, and that's not me, I'm sorry, but they actually added an interactive histogram, which is hidden by default, but you can use on a Mac, it'd be Command Control O or 0, I think it is. That will toggle it, and you can now click and drag directly on your histogram to control and adjust your tone sliders, which is pretty neat. I know a lot of professionals, and I'm going to say maybe old school photographers or the perfectionist photographers rely heavily on the histogram. So this is just something that's kind of neat, and being able to interact with that while, and adjust your image that way is just a cool little thing to throw in there. There's a couple other things. I think they added like 16-bit HDR. There's some stuff for Canon bodies. I'm not a Canon shooter, but I think it has to do with tethering and cloud keyword syncing. Haven't tried any of this stuff. There's also editable color labels for things. All there, all fine. It's good. These are all just extras that I'm not fixated on. I don't think that important to me, but maybe they're important to use. So that pretty much covers it all. And honestly, I think with everything we've covered, this update is fairly substantial, and it's definitely a welcome update that's genuinely good. One thing I will say is people love to hate on Adobe and Lightroom and Photoshop and the subscription-based stuff, and I get that. I have felt that pain myself. But when we keep seeing substantial updates like this, and we're getting more features, more software, and stuff we don't have to pay for anymore. So for instance, I mentioned, there's other culling applications like Aftershoot and narrative and stuff, and those cost money. So having this now built into Lightroom saves you from having to have that separate subscription or payment or whatever. And then also we're seeing these Topaz AI tools being incorporated as well. Again, saving you from having another payment or subscription and putting it all into one application, which is nice. Now, I really hope that this doesn't mean they're going to raise prices, because, sometimes when something's too good to be true, there's always a, waiting for the other shoe to drop kind of thing. Let's hope that's not the case. But so far, I'm happy and very welcoming of these additions, and it makes me feel a little bit better about what I'm paying for these applications. So that is it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like me, maybe hit subscribe, and we'll talk a lot more about anything photo editing related. Peace.